Sorry.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Heaps On Podcast!
Welcome back, everybody, to the frickin'
Heaps On Podcast.
Heaps On
It's May.
Podcast.
It's May now.
It's
What the hell?
5th of May, probably, that you're listening to this.
Who said it was allowed to be the 5th month, eh?
And if you're listening in the future,
Whoa, good on you for coming this far back.
good
All
on
this
you,
stuff
you
is probably
son of a
irrelevant.
Yeah.
bitch.
Has the war started?
Yeah. Is the world burning? Is it on fire?
Yeah.
You tell me.
Congratulations.
Hey, what's on the show today, Ra?
You're a wizard, Lukey. The Wars get up big time in Brisbane for Magic Round. Up the Wars!
Hell yeah.
Call the animal control because there's some wild panthers spotted and they want their fucking money, miss. What's that about?
The Panthers, the Indian Panthers.
Oh, the Indian Panthers. Yeah, that's huge. The NBA Finals have been making us not work. Yeah, we watch it at work a lot. It's on during the day.
I'm not working. I'm watching the bloody NBA.
He is. His computer faces the other way, and I come around. I'm like, oh, can I just talk to you about that thing? And he's like, mate, it's the third quarter. And I'm
It's
like, oh
hoop
shit,
time.
sorry. And Super Rugby rolls on, and things are getting tight at the top. Oh, they are, aren't they?
Juicy, baby.
Juicy, baby.
Very juicy.
It's huge. It's a
That's
Heaps
true.
On podcast. And Donald Trump took a photo. I posted a photo of himself as the Pope. That's
Wait, really?
We've
Yeah,
all
we'll
done it.
We'll be digging deep into that. That's basically the whole story.
Yeah.
But we'll be doing about 35 minutes on the Donald Trump Pope AI photo.
Beautiful. Wait, was it AI?
Yeah, it's him doing a finger up. I should be the Pope.
I should be the Pope.
Oh,
Kinda AI vibe.
Hopawati styles.
Hopawati styles. Yeah,
Make the Vatican
great again.
Christ again. Yeah,
Make
totally.
Vatican City. Sweet and cool and fun.
Holy.
Again. What have you guys been up to?
Just researching the Pope. Funny enough.
Really, Ben?
Yeah, I watched Conclave earlier in the week just to
You
get an
have-
idea of it. That's right. Or maybe it was the week before,
I've
actually.
been told there's quite a good twist.
Good twist.
Good twist
Yeah.
ending at the end. I won't give it away.
Wait, is it a new movie? A show?
Is
What
the
it?
Pope
It's a
I'll
movie.
just one guess is do they make an animal the Pope?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Whoa.
What?
That's the conclave. We'll watch it.
Is
Me and
this-
you will have to watch
Is
it.
this the Earbud?
Yeah, Pope movie.
Pope
Yeah,
movie.
Yeah,
it
Damn.
is.
A Pope dies and then halfway through they make a Labrador the Pope.
Wow.
Well, you know, they're full
And
of
he's
love.
good.
They represent.
He's
they
very good.
really do represent Christ's love.
I want to admit to something here, fellas. I didn't. You know, I'm terrible. You fellas know this. Planning my life. I booked to go to the movies at 6 p.m. on Saturday night,
Yeah.
That's true.
That's
and
right.
half an hour later, I realised tickets bought. Planned it with the missus, and then I went, "Fuck sakes, that 2-hour movie's gonna finish halfway through the second half of the Warriors."
Shit.
fucked up!
Yeah,
Big
so pretty gutted
is that
there.
a
But
new
what a
one,
game!
Tim?
I mean, I
That's
don't
a
want to
good
get
one.
straight into it, but what you know,
fucked up!
it's pretty bad, eh?
up!
Pretty bad
pretty
form
good.
from me. But I got to say, the movie Sinners, yeah, average. Shouldn't have gone. Would have preferred to have watched the Warriors.
Yeah. It would have
Yeah.
been like I said to you last night. You know, if you wanted a real thrilling watch, the Warriors game was the one, not
It was.
a horror movie.
Yeah, no, it was,
the walls.
didn't get horror enough
Wait,
for a while.
so your missus wasn't cool with you like whipping the phone out in the cinema, chicken jockey styles?
I decided to just flight mode it and watch the game after. And I watched
crikey.
Flight mode it.
I flight moded for like 3 hours.
Holy
so I didn't
hell.
text you guys at all, and you guys didn't care anyway. You
Yeah.
guys have got your own group chats you're in, talking about the game.
We said a lot of
As I
stuff
know.
to you, actually.
Oh yeah, it was a bit of the first
Yeah.
time.
Bruh.
Usually the game goes flat, and then Tav tells me the next day he was just messaging you directly.
I had
Which,
to
you know.
message you guys because I left it too late. And I think my uncle was using my mum's Sky Go,
Oh,
so
the
I had to
bastard.
listen to
Yeah.
it on the radio.
Good.
But let me tell you, I've been reading a lot of books recently. My
Jesus.
imagination's really peaked, I think.
Hey,
So
Gary Homono over here can't fucking
Fano,
Yeah.
yeah,
still
I
can't
know.
get a Sky
you think this
subscription.
you think this is all, like, you know, tiddlywinks? Ben was actually listening to the game on the radio.
yeah.
yeah, it was actually quite a thrilling. You know what? I'm glad I did because I think if I'd watched it, I might have had a heart attack.
Who was it? Sam Hewitt and Blake Ashford?
I don't know their names.
Well, it might have been. Good on you guys for holding it down for being on the radio.
Yeah.
Ben
But-
refuses to pay for. I think we've discussed this already. Pay for Sky Sport now. Sky Go. I mean, I can agree. I went years using my mum's account.
Yeah.
So did I.
Well, you know, let's
And
be
we
hon-
don't pay for it, but you can't compare to us, you know.
Yeah. Can you get me on Sky a couple of days a week to do nothing? I'll just watch the
I've
NBA
asked
next
you,
to
I've
Tav.
offered you to, and you just said like, nah. When I say nothing, I mean like next to nothing, and you're like, well, unless
Oh.
it's nothing,
Yeah.
you won't bite. But I just want to do a quick review of the movie Sinners. Yeah, some cool vampires. It's a vampire movie.
Oh, what?
Sick.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
didn't No one told me that.
It's a vampire movie with music, bit of old school music.
That's actually
No Prodigy, which sucks.
that's it. No spoilers, but that's the twist from Conclave.
There's it's music.
He's
Wait.
a vampire.
He's a vampire.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hold up. You're telling me that you went and saw Blade 4?
Yeah, it's Blade.
Jesus.
It's Blade set in Jim Crow's Mississippi, like
Holy
segregated segregated South. So it's basically Blade and Dusk Till Dawn. You remember Dusk Till Dawn?
I love those movies.
They're trapped in a house overnight and there's vampires outside.
Damn.
Who can't come in. It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Shit.
But I will say, I don't know. I thought it could have been a bit more gnarly, and also, but there is a cool scene where basically they infer that the blues man can channel his ancestors and the future.
Hell
So
yeah.
there's like b-boys and shit in this like
What the fuck?
an old African woman from the past, like all dancing in the same room,
child.
and Bloods
Oh,
and
child.
Crips, and it's a room full of like different eras of like black culture.
Damn.
Oh,
It's pretty
future
amazing, and they're all
ancestors.
just dancing. Yeah, future ancestors. Bootsy Collins is kind of on a guitar, it seems like, and he's just like, whoa! It's amazing. Anyway,
Crazy.
over to those wires, eh?
Yeah.
How about those fucking
Amazing.
Warriors?
Wow.
Yeah, it was a sick game, Magic Round. A lot of influences in the crowd. Got a lot of POV shots.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, the boys are fucking on, brother.
You know it's not a Warriors home game proper when you don't see the Mount Smart Joker on the feed until right at the end. Because
Yeah.
if that was
That-
Mount Smart, he would have featured
Yeah.
at least 6 times.
I want to know how. I mean, fair play. He probably knows he's got some connections, but he always gets front row. Maybe he just gets
He's
onto it
good.
early as. Maybe they have a little section just for him.
Pretty onto it. Yeah.
Maybe he calls ahead and says, "If I don't get that fucking front row stadium,
I'm going to shit myself in the, in the
Yeah.
stairway.
I'm going to be taking everyone down with me." If you know what I'm saying.
What does he mean by that?
He's gonna blow up the stadium.
Fucking
Terrorism.
hell,
Terrorism.
Bane. Mount Smart Joker
He's
going
the
full
Joker.
Bane.
Have you seen
Yeah.
the Batman movies?
Well, he's Bane there because that's what
That's
Bane
true.
does.
Oh, well, Joker did it too. Remember, he's
Yeah.
leaving the hospital
Oh, yeah,
after he
but
sees Harvey Dent.
I'm making the direct comparison between the stadium scene.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
true.
Right, yeah, okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Mount-
it's just-
I thought,
it's-
but stadium. You've done a meme
it
about
works.
Bane.
Yeah, I did.
Real men ride women.
I did. But
But-
nah, yeah, Warriors were shit hot.
They were.
They
Luke
were real
Metcalf,
good.
man, wow.
Fuck, he's good.
What a
Ugh.
performance.
Anyone who has him on fantasy, props to you. That dude scored
Which
like
week did you trade him again?
week 2.
Yeah, you
Oh,
traded him
bloody
after
hell.
week 1, eh?
One and done,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. Feels good to have had him this week. I might finally win a game
Do
in
you have
fantasy.
him?
Yeah, I still have him.
Damn. Humble guy.
Yeah, well, I didn't have Toya, so I'm pissed off, but he got the same amount of points as Toya, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
I wish I had him and Toya.
Yeah.
Try saving tackle, a try assist.
Yeah, I think
what
he-
else
yeah,
did
I
he
think
get?
A really
last
good
night?
run where he
Right,
almost
yeah.
scored a try and then stayed in.
Yeah.
And
And also he kicked 4 out of 5 conversions.
Yeah.
Which ultimately was the difference because
Uh,
we both teams scored 5 tries.
You don't have
Yeah.
to tell me, mate. I heard it all.
wow, your imagination must have been running wild,
Yeah, it
Ben.
was.
That's awesome.
Especially when they started describing CHT's goatee.
So I don't know who I'm more disappointed in, you or your uncle, that one of you doesn't have fucking Sky Go between you.
well,
Sky is
here's the thing.
between you.
I sometimes watch other things. I'm like,
Is this your
I'll
uncle who
flip
lives in
over right-
Plimpton?
Yeah.
Parimata?
Yeah, I think he might be using it. Well, that's my theory.
He's probably gone bankrupt after all the wetsuits he had to buy after I
Yeah.
pissed them.
Yeah, that's true.
Soiled them anyway.
This is his revenge.
That is. But yes, that stink.
Yeah, that first try, Capewell he's quicker than you think. So that first try, I remember, I think it might have been CHT, or no, it was Metcalf set Capewell up for the line break. Capewell just boosting it down, Metcalf right next to him. How you like me now?
You've been watching the analysis videos on YouTube this
No,
morning,
I
have
watched the game.
Yeah, okay.
I watched the game. It was a really good try.
Tell me every try off by heart, then go on.
Hey, no need to brag, mate. Some of us just listen to it.
Yeah. That's right.
Kossi down the wing.
Here we
Second
go.
try. Third try. CHT kicked it. It bounced all
off.
funny. He jumped up and
Yeah,
caught it.
there we
Third
go.
try. Luke Metcalf over in Kossi's corner.
Boom.
Fourth try. I can't remember.
That was the intercept.
No, that was the fifth.
That was the fifth.
Oh,
Well,
fuck,
who
yeah,
scored
you're
the
right.
fourth try?
God, you put me on the spot here. Egan? No. Someone else.
Someone else scored the fourth fourth try.
But anyway,
I
it
can
was
tell
good.
you
Yeah,
right
there was.
now. It was Luke Metcalf.
Yeah.
Oh, he scored the double. You
Oh,
already
yeah,
said double.
yeah,
You
yeah.
said double.
All right, okay. Well,
Bloody brilliant, mate.
bloody beautiful. That's how much attention I paid. But then, then we didn't score any tries in the second half, and it was all squeaky bum time.
Yeah, I was sort of just like desperate to go back on my phone, so I was skipping through, going like, oh, yep, they're just consistently scoring. You know what the problem is with that setup is usually in these league games recently, like teams haven't made a comeback until 20 minutes into the second half.
Yeah.
So like it's just not enough time to score 5 tries.
Nah.
But they started straight away in the second half pretty
Yeah.
much. They gave themselves like 35 minutes, 30 minutes, and it was just like, they could easily come back, close this gap. It's only 18 points, and they did.
A really
almost.
good team. I mean, it felt like it was more tries. It was only 3 tries they
Yeah.
scored in the second half. It was just the fact that we just were under constant pressure.
We were.
We just could not get out of our half. There was that one
No, yeah.
possession where
We got to the 20.
we got to the 20
Yeah.
and then
Had
kicked
to-
it, and
yeah.
then they started basically on our 40.
They
It
started
was-
on the 40.
fuck,
yeah.
it
That
was
A few,
yeah,
a few
intense.
dubious options taken
Totally.
as well.
Also, that try that Talangi scored, that one where Capewell tried to take him out,
Oh, yeah.
I reckon his hand was out the same time the ball touched
Oh.
down. I reckon it was fucking
Okay.
pretty neck and neck.
You're right,
And
right,
if
right.
it's a simultaneous action,
Yeah.
it's no fucking try.
What about... Yeah, fair enough. I'm with you.
Fuck you, sir.
I sort of just skipped through the replays and was like, oh, well, they're giving that one, fuck it. But Tuo Piki getting taken out when he caught the ball. What do you think? Obviously, he kind of just knocked the ball on, but
Yeah.
they were saying maybe he was tackled in the air.
No, what was worse was when Murray Taulangi caught the ball and
Yeah.
they gave him a 7-tackle set.
Yeah.
His foot was in the air. And
Yeah,
he,
right.
he caught it and then stomped down into their try line, giving them the second tackle set.
Yes.
And the Warriors were all going, challenge, we want a challenge. And the
Yes.
ref's like, too late. He's already tapped it.
Yeah, that's true.
That was
Yeah,
bullshit because off the back
Unfair.
of that set was when they scored through Robert Derby.
Derby.
Derby. Good
Derby.
player, that kid.
Oh, he's coming up.
He's
He's
quick.
he's
Old
good.
Derby.
Purdue also good player.
Very
But
good
yeah, we
player.
overcame them. Fuck that. Fuck those
Fuck
Cowboys.
the Cowboys.
That's right. Another scout.
Fuck you, sir.
6-2. How do you do?
How do you do?
Fantastic.
First equal on the fucking ladder.
First equal on the
Until
ladder.
about half an hour from now when the Bulldogs are going to beat the Titans.
Leka Halasima, 80 minutes. Good player.
80 minutes?
Are you kidding me?
Sign him up.
Sign him up. And then, so looking ahead, we've got the Dragons and the Dolphins away. If we can just pick up 1 win out of 2, I'm happy.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
Dragons looked pretty dog shit yesterday.
Both of them would be great. Dolphins, tough-ish.
Tough.
They sort of go shit game, good game,
Yeah.
don't they? Don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do. And they had a shit game. this
Shit game.
week.
Well, maybe they've had 2 shit games in a week, mate, in a row. Have they?
When did they beat the Storm? They've had 2 shit games since then, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't have a shit game against the Roosters, but Roosters had a good game.
Yes, very true. They play on Friday?
Yeah, they played
night?
against the Roosters.
Oh yeah. Sorry, they lost, and then they lost last week to the Raiders. Was it?
Yeah, that's right.
Was it last
yeah,
week?
second half comeback.
Yeah.
Raiders were down. Oh no, was it? Yes.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah, 40-28. They got run down massively.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we can probably do them. Do the Knights. Sorry, not the Knights. The Dragons.
Yeah, Dragons look shit,
Fucking oath.
but they've also got some pretty good players. So watch out.
Yeah.
You don't want to fucking underestimate them.
What do you reckon that night out in you were saying that it looked really fun to be there. What do you think the night
Yes.
out was like over there after for everyone?
Couple beers at the Caxton.
Couple beers, eh?
Yeah.
Few 501 deportees.
Yeah.
that night, I'd say.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the whole bloody plane load would have come back.
Send the boys down, give them a fucking good hiding.
What time do you reckon you've called? Let's be realistic. What time would you have called it a day, Tav?
Me?
Yeah,
Probably midnight.
I reckon earlier.
Earlier.
Honestly, I reckon you would have got after
Me?
the game and gone, oh, we're going
When
to go
was the
get
last time you
gonna
made
get
it
a
past
net.
midnight?
Heaps of times.
You reckon you've got ticker, mate?
Yeah, I got
Come
heaps
on.
of tickets,
I would have
mate.
got tired just watching 3 games at Magic Round, I reckon.
Yeah, true.
Then I would have, because I would have had like 7 hot dogs.
The
probably
rain
over that
would have
time.
made me very sleepy.
Yeah,
There
the
we
rain
go.
too.
Okay, I would have
You would've
gone home at 9.
Gone
I
home.
would have gone home straight after the game. Got a good night's rest.
I would have.
You
I would have
watched the
said,
Tigers game at
I
home
got to
at
go
the
home
pub.
for a shower because of the rain. I'll meet you at the Caxton,
And then you
and I just
not
you'd
shown
never
up.
see me.
Oh,
I would have
yeah.
gone to take a piss. Someone's shat in the urinal.
That's right, true. Brown
Probably would
Mirror.
have called it there, yeah.
The first episode of Brown Mirror we've seen.
That's right. If you guys saw on the Instagram story last night, I shared it on the Heaps On account. Uncle taking a poopy in
right.
the pee-pee place.
Yeah, it reminds me of that great film Kingpin. So if you guys remember Kingpin,
Yes,
it's an
of
Amish
course.
man who becomes a great bowler, and he's hanging out with Woody Harrelson, who's coaching him. And there's a montage scene where he's learning how to be part of regular society. And he's like Uncle was in the photo. He's shitting in a urinal. But the thing is, they are a good fit. If you haven't been accustomed to
It
them.
looked comfortable.
Did look good.
The uncle
Good
looked
height.
like it wasn't his first rodeo.
He looked fine. Yeah. But yeah, good on him. And I wonder if he did take a shit or he just posed.
It looked like a pose,
Did it?
but it's
A
hard to
pose.
tell in the photo. It kind of looks like he's got toilet paper in one hand. Let me just say, you've got the runs. You're at Magic Round. You come in, both the stalls are occupado.
Let's face it,
It
League
ju-
fans probably all got bags at the stadium, so
Yeah.
the cubicles are all
True.
fucking full of people doing
You
drugs.
see that urinal
And you're like, I'm actually trying to take a
Yeah.
shit here, guys.
ejectocito, cuz.
Yeah.
Right into that urinal.
That's
It's
why
not his fault.
It's
All
not
these
his fault.
fucking pea heads up there in Brisbane who are taking up the stalls.
Justice
That's why
for-
I love that they've put that slip and slide in Mount Smart, because if you're fast enough, you can squeeze a shit out at the top, and then by the time you got to the bottom, you've sort of rinsed yourself off in that water.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Obviously,
That's
when my
good.
tongue's out.
That's true. That's true.
yeah.
Up the Waz.
Yeah, up the was,
Up the
baby.
was.
Sharks looked pretty good against the Eels, but the Eels also looked not so bad.
But something else in that game caught your eye.
Yes, actually. I just wanted to bring something up to the court.
Yeah.
So one of the centres for the Sharks,
Yes.
Kyle Ero, has come out the earlier this week and said, "That's not my name.
That's not my name.
What's a
That's
man
not my
without a
name."
name?" So he's said that he now wants to be referred to as KL Ero.
The letters.
The letters.
He sounds like a fucking science
N-L.
fiction writer that Ben would be reading.
It sounds like a city in Malaysia.
A city in Malaysia as well, Kuala Lumpur. You're
It
right.
does, yeah, true. So it says he grew up and everyone called him KL as his nickname.
Yeah.
And I think he basically, became a household name. And he's just like, nah, I kind of like being called KL. So now they have to call him that. But in legal documents, his name is still Kyle.
Oh.
Kayal.
Is it pronounced Kyle?
KL. Nah,
But everyone
they said
said K-
KL. The commentators
Everyone's been
said
saying
he
KL.
scored a try. And it said KL Ero. And if you go onto
But
the
everyone's
NRL...
been saying that since he came into
But
the league.
Is
It's
that how you
KL.
say the name anyway?
No, well, it's Kyle.
No one said Kyle Ero since he's come
That's how
in.
you say it. Kyle Ero.
Oh. I
Kale
thought-
Ero.
People have said Kale, I thought.
Kale. Maybe that is how you say it.
Sorry. I think that's why I was a bit confused by your investigation, because people have been saying KL Ero anyway.
that,
and now he's just gone from the
Tomato,
full spell-
okay?
He's gone from the phonics to the letters. But anyway, Elias, you don't like it. Fair enough.
I hate it.
Yeah.
No,
You think it's a bit too cool for school,
I think
don't
it's
you?
kind of cool. You go on the website and it says 9th minute, KL Ero scored a try. It's kind of funny.
Kale chips
Hilarious.
and chases.
But I mean,
Fucking great.
I guess
Yeah.
as goofy as it sounds, TJ Piranara.
That's
Totally.
true.
That sounds fine.
No
you
one
start
knows
out
what it stands for.
AJ Brimson.
If it's your name from the start, no one minds.
No one minds.
They're pretty general. They're pretty. There were TJs on Full House and stuff though. So
TJ, yeah.
you're
Pee Wee
familiar
Herman.
with
Pee Wee Herman.
Oh no, those aren't letters.
Those aren't
actually.
letters.
They should
Are
be.
they?
They should be.
But yeah, good on you, KL. Fucking burp there.
Shot out, KL.
Shot out KL.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's just saving time at customs.
I don't blame him.
Looked like a sloppy old pile of shit, that rugby league field over there in Brisbane, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
For most of the games.
did.
It really pissed down in that first one.
It probably is right now.
I was in the
too.
movies, obviously.
The field was looking worse than the urinals. by
Well,
the
you
end of
couldn't
it.
see it, prick, so shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
but they were doing a good job of
You
describing
could hear it
Oh, were they?
sloshing around.
Didn't you play a song in the build-up before that we were going to do in the league section?
Oh, yeah.
Can we overtaste that? Please?
It's a whip.
Yeah,
no,
it's quite good. I think with the whips are quite good. Often we publish work in progress pieces.
Okay.
I
This was AI generated. I didn't write the lyrics, okay? Just want to put it out there first.
AI thought of this.
Warriors, that's right, they're the heartiest. I love to watch all of the games with my dad, but when my mom walks in, she gets all sad because I told her I'm gay for the Luke Metcalf. Doesn't mean I'm gay for real, I just think he's the best. But even if I was gay, that would also be fine because my family is progressive. But how about them warriors?
So true.
Yeah, AI's getting pretty problematic, hey? Because I know you didn't write or prompt any of that. And
I
it's
just put in. I was like, write me a mean Jamaican
song about Luke Metcalf
anthem about Luke Metcalf and watching the league with my dad
and being in love with Luke Metcalf.
and being in love with him.
And it's crazy how much it knows us, you know?
Which is crazy how much it it goes into your sort of deeply kind of closeted repressed homophobia as well.
Whoa.
Hey,
no,
you
I
just
mean,
be
it's-
glad you got a progressive family.
Totally.
Yeah,
But hey,
I do
beautiful
have,
song.
I do have a progressive family.
An apology.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful track.
It's a good track, work in progress, but I think it's ready to go. Put it on Spotify, it'll get
it's a
millions
work.
of views.
Another thing this week, in the world of league,
Yes.
is that David Fafita has been dropped to reserve grade,
Ah, yes.
which was
Holy
pretty
shit.
spicy.
Oh, yeah. For all our podcast listeners out there, David Fafita, the man who Tav told me to pick up in fantasy 2 weeks ago, who was injured and then scored 25 points.
Gotcha, bitch.
Thank you very much.
That's a huge bitch.
Tortura has fallen in the forest of Tane.
Amene Ben. That's
Yeah.
a little whakataoki Ben's been rehearsing all week. He's been using it. It's good spot. Fallen in the forest of Tane to reserve grade.
Yeah, exactly.
Amene.
Yeah, speaking
One
of
of the mightiest.
the lower grades as
Yeah.
well, the is it under 17 NRL Warriors team
Yes.
won their grand final.
It's amazing.
Give
The-
them some flowers.
The future is bright.
Future's bright, Fano.
The future is incredibly bright. Really good. Bishop Neal, everyone's chasing his signature. Hopefully the Warriors sign him up. But Jesus, we've got a lot of second rowers.
That's
Yeah,
true.
We do.
He's probably only 2 or 3 years off being ready.
Yeah. Ali Leotoa was a late exit from speaking of young dudes. He did his ankle in training apparently.
Yeah, probably just
We've
too
all
many,
done
too
it.
many laughs with Tav during the week,
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah.
Fucking, it was
You didn't
Tav's
see
fault.
it, Fano.
Tav interviewed him
I
at work.
interviewed him this week. Go check it out on my Instagram.
Go check it out. He's a good dude, Ali.
Nah, he's a good dude.
Wonderstruck by all the people he's played against. It was very cute to see.
His uncle is Ali Lawatiti as well.
Mm.
So there you go. Take that home with you.
Well, that's
Beautiful.
confusing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, that's the world of league.
It is the World League.
That's right, Fano. You all loved the Talkback segment from last week, so we had to run it back for
Hell
y'all.
Bring it on.
So yeah, this week I did a deep dive into Marcus Lush's late night Talkback show. Let's have a little dip.
You're listening to the Marcus Lush Nights podcast from News Talk ZB.
Marcus, I like to know what's happened to the mashed potato and the frozen department of Pack and Save in the Tauranga stores. They've been out for ages, and apparently it's imported from Belgium. Could someone tell me what they know about the imported mashed potato?
Hey, Nuggets.
Hi, Calvin.
Hey.
Okay. Nice to hear from you, Calvin. Thanks for that. 18 past 10.
Real issues.
What's happening with the
Jesus.
mashed potatoes in Tauranga?
I couldn't pick up it really sped up what he was saying there.
Yeah.
But Tauranga, they were imported by Belgium.
Yep. It was
What's
a big topic on the late nights with Marcus Lush.
It's a real issue.
Wouldn't it take you longer to defrost fucking frozen mashed potatoes than just to make mashed potatoes?
That's a good point, Ben.
That's true, Ben.
So I've always been, there's
Peeling them,
it doesn't take that. It's not that hard. Get
Come
a
on,
big
man.
one.
I'll fucking peel. If you had to peel 30 potatoes, that's a kind of a job.
I'm pretty fast. That's a lot of potatoes. You just cooking for yourself? 'Cause
10 potatoes even, let's say.
Yeah.
Maybe 5. Okay,
I'm a
5.
pretty fast peeler.
Oh, yeah, righto. Okay.
I did my time in the mid-eye.
That's still longer than it would take to make the packet, whatever the fuck version.
Maybe not the frozen one. I reckon that you're looking at least 20 minutes.
True. If you defrosted it in the morning, though,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's true. I'd like to say, I can't even imagine how you prepare frozen mashed potatoes. But anyway, next segment is something that's close to Ra's heart.
Go
Is talking about feeding the local birds.
Yeah, hi, Marcus. When I came to live in this little village of 11 little houses, I was feeding the sparrows. Then the blackbirds came, and then the wild pigeons, the pigeons round town.
Yes.
I had to knock it on the head because yeah, the neighbours was going crook a bit, so I did stop feeding them, and that probably saved me about $20 a week.
$20 a week. What were you feeding them? Were you feeding them seed?
I was feeding them bread and wild bird seed.
Okay, good intel, Peter. Thank you.
Fuck this warrior shit!
Yeah, Mark. Did Marcus have anything to add there, or did he just because
He
part of your job?
He kind of covered
He
everything.
covered everything, didn't he? That old bastard.
There's this one pigeon round here that's got one toe left over 2 feet. You know, all the rest
Really?
have been taken. I feed him peanuts because I was Stumpy.
He's
I
been
call him.
through it.
Stumpy.
He deserves
Ben
it.
is friends with all the birds
Have
around
you
here.
seen the seagulls? They try to like hide a leg so you feel bad for them and you
Yeah.
give them
Yeah,
bread, but then
true.
the other leg comes out and you're like,
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, I don't want to brag too much, but the rental property that I rent, they have grapes on the porch, and the birds all come and fucking eat my birds, my grapes. Pisses me off, man. We had to get nets put up because they just fly in and shit all over my porch.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. It's fucking annoying,
hell,
man.
yeah,
Blackbirds, and
that's-
if we leave the fucking net open on a day like today, because autumn, we can't be chopping them all down, but the birds just fly in and eat the fucking grapes, shit on the ground, and they get stuck in there because the net's all... Anyway, I should call up Marcus and talk about it.
You should.
I should call up Marcus.
You should.
You
Fano,
should,
we've been
actually.
trying to convince Ben to try and get on Marcus's show one of these nights.
It's not hard.
It's not hard.
Well, I got a lot to say.
Let's try to get through. Let's get a few phones set up and we can push call at the same time. Okay, I don't actually know what this one's about.
Okay.
Hi, Marcus. How you doing tonight?
Good, thank you, Ed.
Hey, listen, I make bird boxes, right? And I have a pine cone at the bottom on a wire, and the thing swings backwards and forwards. And I put peanut butter and seed on it, and the wild birds love it, love the movement. As the sparrows don't like movement, so the sparrows don't jump up and eat the seed because they don't like the thing going backwards forwards when wild birds are on it.
Hey, nice to talk to you. Thank you for that bird country.
Damn, that's a good one. That's a good tip, actually, because like I was trying to say before, sometimes I'll be feeding Stumpy and the sparrows come in and they'll try and steal his peanuts. 'Cause it's hard to
But they
throw,
don't like movement, apparently.
well, it's hard to throw a bunch of peanuts into like one little area just for one bird. You know, they do tend to spread out.
I'm seeing a bit of a pattern here. These are all retirees calling in.
Yeah.
It's Ben retired?
I might be retired.
You might be retired.
I might be retired.
You might be retired.
This is at like 10 p.m. as well.
Who
So
the-
what are they up? Wait, they
Oh,
should
I'm
be up
asleep
that
by then.
late.
I want to
Yeah.
be. Don't mean to be bragging about but when the fuck am I going to find time to feed the birds, mate?
Oi.
Jesus.
That's you just
You gotta make time.
You just grow the grapes and let it happen naturally.
True. Yeah, but you got to. I mean, maybe this is a bit of a metaphor. Me and Tav have got to find time to feed the birds.
Yeah,
Otherwise, the birds will just pass us by.
It's true.
you're out getting the worm.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Like, early bird dies of fucking
Yeah.
stress.
Let me just
so maybe.
Let me just skim through these. I'm just going to see what they are.
Evening, Marcus. I have a glass fence around our pool. I have a couple of swallows that land on it and defecate in it. It drives me around the bend. Does anyone have any suggestions on how to get them to not land on the fence? Cheers, Pete. Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ.
Similar to
Just
your
all
problem.
birds.
Here's
You got
some
a
stuff
pool.
about
I've been
this.
lucky.
Sorry.
Maybe I should be seeking. Yeah.
All right, what's this one?
Good evening, Marcus. How was your long weekend?
You're good, restful.
Okay. You can stop it there. Try and tell me what's weird about this guy, okay?
Can I just say, I had the most fabulous Anzac Day in my life. I was asked by the council to lay a wreath for them at one of the dawn services. And then later in the day, I was asked by the council again to perform the national anthem.
Are you a performer?
I know how to play the piano. See, I'm in the Hastings District Council Youth Council, and so I've been able to get a couple of connections from some of their officers, and one of them knew that I was really good at playing the piano. The person that we had was Gonzo, so we need someone to fill in. So I got that opportunity.
Wait
Oh,
for
did
it.
someone tap out? What happened to the last
Bombs
person? I'm
about
worried
to
about that.
They got COVID.
Oh,
And so many people were complimenting me after it, and they were like,
And
"Oh my
did
God,
you-
that was the most beautiful thing."
Did you sing
Sorry.
the national anthem unaccompanied?
Oh, I didn't sing. I played the piano.
Did they have a piano there?
Oh yeah, the piano was provided. It was all provided by the council.
he
The
knows.
piano!
Fuck, he's good at like getting him to
Don't
say
make me
piano
say
again.
it. Don't make me say what's weird about him, you prick. I'm not fucking saying it.
Let me just say,
It's my job.
I can understand why he's the second choice.
Probably, I mean,
They are begging for that guy to get better from COVID.
Like I just wish him all the best. Youth council hopefully graduates to full adult council eventually, and can play the piano to his heart's content. I tell you what, in my household, if you say one word wrong, you're mocked for weeks.
Yeah, that's it.
So the fact that he's confidently continuing to say, my missus wouldn't let him.
He's
She
rage
stopped
baiting.
him and said, "Hold on, mate, stop fucking saying that.
He's rage
You say
baiting.
piano,
Marcus
and you've got
Lush.
piano."
I'm
Piano,
fucking
piano.
saying piano next time I'm at your house.
Someone would have punched. You would have punched him out.
Yeah.
Say it right, cunt. Anyway, yeah.
I joined the Navy in January 1970.
We'll just skim through that one. Okay.
Fano, we've run out of ideas here, so
Sorry,
we're just
sorry.
listening to
Yeah,
other
hi,
people.
greetings from South Dunedin.
Hi, Graham.
I just thought I'd correct a few things without being offensive to anyone about Larnack. And the reason was he apparently caught his wife and his son having a physical affair.
Ooh.
Just the story sounded a wee bit,
Well, who's Larnack?
I don't know. I think he was like an old politician or something.
Ah.
I bought my first car in 19...
Oh, sorry. Okay. This one, last one here. It's a bit long, but the guy has chops and he can tell a fucking story. Okay, so we're going to let it run.
Good evening, Marcus. How are you?
Good, Ray. Thank you. How's yourself? All good?
A little bit. Do you know if the Tyree Gorge train goes through the middle march still, or does it only go as far as Pukerangi? Yeah, no, we're thinking of doing it. Go up to Pukerangi there, and then my boy, he's some relation to the guy from Larnack's Castle, so we're going to go out and see Norcom out at Larnack's Castle there.
It's one place I can never feel I can never get motivated to go to Larnack's Castle. I don't know why. It's not my thing, but yeah, every time I'm there, I think, gee, I must go and do that.
Yeah, well, they've done it all up now. I think
they have.
They've done all the stables up there. It's all motel units out the back now. It's quite well done. Yeah, I'll travel over to Thingley and stay the night at the prison in Lincoln Road, and then we'll go from there down to Dunedin.
So you don't stay with your son?
No, he's only got a little small flat. I have not much room, so I'll keep in at the old prison in Lincoln Road. There, it's $40 a night. It's quite good.
What are the rooms like?
Oh, they're beautiful, beautiful rooms. It's absolutely spotless here, Marcus.
No,
it's not. An old prison. You're staying in
prison. It's not nice.
$40.
It's wonderful, wonderful, and you can eat off the bloody floor.
You couldn't.
It's wonderful, wonderful thing, and the clientele is only about 8 guys running the whole place there, and it's absolutely spotless, Marcus. You know, and you about 20 metres out the thing, and you get the bus into town. It's ideal, you know.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Larnack's Castle, eh? Yeah, right. Is that on the way out to the fucking peninsula to see the Albatross?
Yeah. It is up the hill there, yeah.
True.
Buzzy.
No, it's amazing, man. Yeah, I've never even knew about it. You learn something new every day, eh?
You haven't been to Larnack Castle?
Nah, bro.
I've been like 4 or 5 times.
Damn.
Fucking lucky,
Looks sick.
or maybe I have when I was little.
Some buzzy buildings in Dunners.
Was this the place where a politician lived back in the day? So I went on I'm going to do my own talkback story here. I went on an Albatross tour with my sister about 5 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, down and the guy who ran the tour was a bit of a legend, but it was definitely like a job he'd got after his career had kind of finished up in graphic design down there in the deep south. There wasn't enough work. Told me his life story on the tour, and he kept telling me things about the surrounding area, and I'd do a follow-up question. I go, really? When was that? And he'd go, dunno. No, dunno, mate, can't say. And he told me some really interesting facts. He said a guy lived down there, and I wonder if it was at Larnack's Castle. He said, that guy, politician, he was a member of Parliament, and he actually famously shot himself in his office at Government House, in Parliament. In Wellington.
Damn.
And I was like, damn, true. Yeah, when did that happen? And he was like, no idea, can't tell you. I just know he just knew the face value fact, top line fact of every part of the tour.
Well, yeah, it was 1894. I can
That's
tell you right now.
Really?
Yeah, William Larnach.
No, you fucking liar.
I'm looking at
Is
it right
that,
now.
So it was. I knew it was attached to this castle.
Yeah, so
I didn't know he shot himself.
Yeah, bro. That's the story. Larnach.
That's what this guy here is talking about.
Yeah, hi, greetings from South Dunedin.
I'm Graham.
I just thought I'd correct a few things without being offensive to anyone about Larnach. And the reason was he apparently caught his wife and his son having a physical affair.
Jesus.
Just, the story sounded a wee bit,
The story certainly is a bit,
Yeah.
But also the fact that he had a gun, a revolver, in 1894. He must have been a rich man.
Yeah, and he had it at his office at Parliament.
But this is saying that the reason why he killed himself was because he was supposed to be voting on a banking legislation, but on the day he mistakenly voted for a third reading of the Banking Act Amendment Bill, thinking he was voting on the following bill, the Hodawhenua Block Bill.
Oh, no.
So he killed himself.
The Hodawhenua Block Bill, Tab's family
Well, he
fucking
was-
benefited massively from that one, I can tell you.
Poor bloke was distracted. His wife and his son were going at it.
Isn't that molestation?
Probably.
But also,
The wife's having sex with the son?
sometime after his death, Larnach's skull was stolen and then recovered in 1972 from a college student's bedroom.
Jesus.
What was he doing with that skull?
I guess it sounds like some...
Turned it into a bucky, didn't
Yeah,
he?
probably cigar
Far
holder
out.
with the hole.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
that's the story of William Larnach.
Locked himself in a committee room at Parliament in 1898. In a committee room at Parliament, and shot himself with a revolver. These days, you couldn't get into Parliament with a gun, could you?
Nah.
Be
pretty tough.
Or a horse
Or
back
a
then,
horse.
though.
Yeah,
Back then,
it's
you
true.
take a horse to Parliament.
Yeah.
But anyway, nice little tie-in. I remember
Back
this
then-
guy telling me about Larnach's castle, and I was very interested. And he told me the yarn about how he was famous for killing himself. And then I think I followed up with why and like when did this happen? And I was like very disappointed to find him just go, no idea, mate. Sorry. I just thought, mate, this is your gig. You're driving me around the area. We're paying for this tour. But he was a legend.
I
He'd,
just went there heaps of times and I never even asked. I just thought, well, they've got lovely gardens here.
Yeah, well, that's good on you. You know, that's nice of you keeping it top line. I mean, this tour guide was the one keeping it morbid for me.
Last time we were there, some groundskeeper came in with all this tree climbing gear to get a bloody drone out of a tree.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Shit, you've been as recently as them having drones.
Oh yeah, this is like 3 years ago maybe.
Pretty cool. Is it just
Yeah.
sort of like a family tradition?
No, it was for work.
Oh, work. Yeah, you're right. Any more of Talkback, Tav? Was that it?
That's Talkback.
Oh, nice work,
That's
Tav.
the Talkback segment for the week, fun. I hope you enjoyed it. It took me 8 hours to find those clips.
Really good
Fascinating
aggregation of clips, Tav. We really appreciate the mahi. Keep it up.
Rugby is the game that all the blokes love, even though league is taking over. It's
Still pretty good.
especially when there's no league on.
Rugby on ya!
There's
Super
always
Rugby
league on though.
This weekend especially.
Richie McCaw is my dad!
Richie McCaw is my dad. Well, the biggest game of the week actually clashed with the Warriors. So our song introducing the segment was
Especially when there's no league on.
yeah.
Well,
but
there was
league on, so it was pretty hard
And
to
everyone
watch
was
the
watching that,
Hurricanes.
yeah.
It was pretty hard to watch the Hurricanes and the Chiefs on Saturday night.
And let's be honest, I'd sort of given up I'd lost the faith a little bit in the Canes this season. I wasn't expecting
Well, and it would be pretty
challenge.
hard. No, a challenge, but and it would have been pretty hard for you to be running 2 radios.
Yeah. No, here's the thing though. I could stream Sky Sport 1.
Oh,
Yeah, that one was working fine.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, baby.
But yeah, I was just thinking about you having like 2 AM radios on your ears, like trying to be like pick up who's doing the rugby, who's doing the league. But amazing result for the Canes. Insane second half.
Yeah, insane second half. Balin Sullivan scored 4 tries.
He scored
in the
4
second
tries.
half.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
insane.
Coming on for Kinney Naholo, who's been awesome.
Yeah, Kinney injured in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah,
did his
stink
leg
buzz.
or something?
It's always bad when you see someone go down and they didn't get touched.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
usually
true.
means an
Ooh.
ACL has gone or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, he went down in a pile of shit.
Yeah, that
early
was stink.
on.
And I mean, the first half wasn't much in it. Like I
Very
think
tight.
They went up.
Daniel Rona scored a late try and they were ahead by like 5, weren't
Yeah,
they?
Ronna scored 2 in the first half.
He did,
So it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
17 17-9 was at halftime.
That's right. And then we just piled it on.
Yeah.
That midfield, mate. Riley Higgins and Billy Proctor. Holy Toledo.
Holy shit.
Get them
It's
in the
good-
All Blacks.
it's good to have them back.
Gonna say it now. Riley Higgins is the white Ma'anonu.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
I can't stop eating.
Does
He
he
just
have
bumps
dreads?
No,
Oh.
he's just real good at bumping people off, and he
Yeah.
plays 12. He's the man. Ben was obviously on the radio trying to get the frequency
Yeah.
during that part of the Hurricanes game, but thank you. Yeah, they were awesome.
Yeah, I can't find any info on Naholo's injury, but it looks like it was a knee.
I
Something
think
to
the
do with
Hurricanes
knee.
are struggling with. They don't have a full-time media manager at the moment.
Whoa,
So any
shots fired.
No, they're really helpful, but getting any information about
It's
stuff like
always
that out
out
might
the
be a bit
door.
difficult.
Yeah, sticky. Yeah, no, we look good. We held the Chiefs to no points, I think, in the second half, or maybe no tries. What was
Yeah.
the end score on that?
Was it 35-17 or something like that? Or
Maybe it was.
No, maybe they scored a really late try.
No, it was. So they didn't score any points in that second half.
Shit.
Damn, Saint.
Damn, bro.
We won 13 plus.
That's fucking sick.
Please stand for the national anthem.
That's awesome.
That's beautiful.
That's my favourite song.
Hurricanes, when you do get a new media manager, just get a better copy of that out on the on the website,
I couldn't
please.
find a good copy of it, so please.
We'll happily
make
sing it.
that
And we
number
want to
one.
we want to see some headshots of the what's the mascot's name? The pilot
Captain
guy?
Hurricane.
Captain Hurricane.
He's
That's
up,
it.
He's up on the wall there.
They made a very boring. They made a very boring version
That's
of him
why
a couple of years ago.
That's why he's on a missing poster because
they
we
kind
want
of
him back.
They made a Lego Man version that's not as good.
It's
now.
not good,
Yeah.
bro. It's not
What?
good.
Yeah.
But he was so he was so expressive, that one.
I know the mustache was great as
Yeah.
well. So I wanted to put it to you guys. So
Bloody PC gone mad.
PC gone mad.
do you think something? Anytime I watch the Super Rugby game, especially a spicy one when it's two Kiwi teams,
Yeah.
Do you think that Super Rugby needs to adopt the Captain's Challenge?
Ooh, I
Yes.
think they've kind of tried and dabbled with it, maybe at some stage. But yeah, it would be good. In which instances are you talking about? Like
I
put
can't-
downs and stuff? No.
Nah, I can't remember. There was one. I mean, I think it was just a knock on that didn't really look like a knock on.
Yeah.
It was something. I can't remember what it was. Don't hold me to it. But
no, right, yeah, yeah.
But
Instances
I
like
just
that.
remember thinking, challenge it.
Challenge it, babe.
But you can't.
You can't.
Because there's no fucking challenge.
Yeah.
You just have to trust that Ben O'Keefe knows what he's up to.
That's where TJ was really good, because he kind of just had his own captain's challenges, you know.
He did.
He just sort of get in the ref's ear until they were like, "Whoa, all right, I'll check it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
There was a game on Saturday night, Waratahs Brumbies.
Yes.
Yeah,
that,
I watched a bit of that.
It was quite good. There was some good tries in that game, but a moment that took my fancy was there was basically like a run it straight challenge. Suoliti went into to make a tackle on their number 12, and he came off second best.
Suoliti did.
Yeah,
Wow.
Suoliti came in and just went bang. You know how he just throws himself at people?
He does.
He
doesn't know how to take the daggle.
He got bumped off. He just went so high on this dude. It was but yeah, it reminded me of those huge run it straight challenges that are going huge on YouTube at the moment.
Yeah, take a little advice from Lil Jon and the East Side Boys
What's
and
that?
get low.
Get low, indeed. And the Blues bounced back in front of about 500 people on Friday night at Eden Park.
Yes,
40-19 over the Force.
Against the Force, yes.
Le Force.
How many people do you think were at that game, and how many weren't friends and family?
Oh, yeah, I'd say probably about 1,000 punters who turned up.
Yeah, shout out to the people who turned up during the Warriors game to the Wellington
Fuck yeah.
Cake Din last night.
Would have been-
There's probably about 5,000-6,000 people there. It looked good.
Surely it was more than that.
Okay,
They'll be
maybe
reporting more
about
than
10,
that.
Maybe about 10K.
Let's go 10K.
It looked not too bad. Didn't look as bad as like a Phoenix game or anything like that.
No, that's very true. So, looking ahead, the Crusaders and Chiefs play this week. Crusaders are off a
big
bye.
match.
Big match.
Big match.
Chiefs, I wonder, they must have rested D-Mac in preparation to have him ready for this week. He's had a hand injury, I think.
Oh, we've all done it.
Yeah.
All
I
been
know.
there, mate.
Well, you do it for your DIY, Ben.
Yeah.
Your bits and pieces around
Yeah.
your whare, obviously. putting together your Smith machine and that.
Poi practice.
Poi practice
as you
is
can see
obviously
up
get a
Great, great for the forearms, the poise.
Yeah.
bit of
Poi
wrist action.
practice.
But yeah, that's the big game this week. And the Hurricanes have got a bye, and they've got a...
Whoa, holy shit.
Local
Fano,
kids
we're
have-
being attacked.
They've found the garage.
Oh my
It's
God.
not even
Those local
Which
kids.
one of you doxed
It's not even
us?
dark yet. Come on.
Come on, guys. Dennis the Menace is running around out there with fireworks.
Just put it to you fellas as well.
Go on.
22-all. Highlanders, Moana Pacifica right now.
It's a belter.
Yeah, 20 minutes left.
It's a belter, Fano. Artie's in there. He's doing his thing.
Something else that happened this week was
Go on.
The Drua were playing the Reds in Fiji.
Yes.
And they won in the last minute. They scored a try. They were down by 4. I think. And it was like, Fiji's game to lose, basically, because the Reds scored quite late to go ahead. And we were privy to another fantastic finish in Fiji.
Another fantastic finish in Fiji. Great alliteration there, Tav.
You know what it is, though?
What is it?
They all go shark diving in the morning.
Who?
The
visiting team.
Yeah. And then they're just so pooped by game time.
Yeah, even
That's
just treating water in a
Don't
shark
blame
tank
them.
would be pretty, pretty tiring.
Plus,
But-
it's an emotional roller coaster, seeing those beasts.
Fuck yeah, it'd be so nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
It is mental how good Fiji are at home and how bad they are away.
Yeah.
They go home and they beat the best teams in the league.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
moly.
Ben, go have a word to those people.
I'll go have a word to my neighbours. They're bloody leading off some sort of
Holy
Guy
Toledo.
Fawkes was
Holy
years
Toledo.
ago.
It's 4:55 p.m.
Yeah.
It's
I
not even
maybe
dark.
they don't want to hear the rest of the Super Rugby chat. These guys.
That's definitely it.
That's right. Woo! The Heaps On
It's
hotline
back.
is back.
We
okay?
asked and you guys came through.
Well, one guy did.
And is it,
One
is
guy
it Ryan?
came through.
It's Ryan.
Oh man, good on you, Ryan.
Good on
Thanks,
you,
bro.
Ryan.
Talkback.
We've got 2.
2?
I'm just deleting some old ones.
Oh
and
shit.
we've
Deleting
got
them.
3.
Don't delete them.
No, this is too good.
This one is from Tom. He's got it through an hour ago.
Whoa.
Hey boys. If Super Rugby was to have a magic round in New Zealand, what stadium do you reckon it should be at?
North Harbour.
Cheers, boys. Love the work.
Beautiful. Thank you, Tom. Ben?
Jerry Collins Park in Porirua.
Yeah, actually, that would be a good one.
No, you do your own one.
I want to say North Harbour because it's got the best parking
Okay.
in Auckland.
Fucking yeah, but the shore, man.
Okay, no, you
Getting to
guys
the
are
shore.
you're both wrong.
Okay, go on.
I've got it. Hold on. I got to work out what it's actually called. It's in Rotorua.
Oh, yeah, that one.
International
Rotorua
Stadium.
International Stadium.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
man,
that's the
fuck,
centre
yeah,
of the
you're
North
right.
Island.
Beautiful stadium.
Not bad.
Lovely grass banks to sit on. You've
Okay.
got a little pavilion.
Ample parking.
Part. What do you call it? The grandstand.
Yeah.
Lot of things to do in Rotorua.
You'd have to do it early in the year because what if it pissed down and then everyone's just sitting around in the thing?
Well, I'd catch you at the Brett's, my
Yeah,
bro.
let's be honest. You're getting covered in mud later anyway.
It's true.
Okay, I'll propose one thing. Next year, Super Rugby, because the Crusaders are fucking historically the best team, and that new stadium they've built, is it going to be rectangle, that stadium?
Better be.
Better fucking be.
Octangular.
Better not be a fucking circle. It should be in
Better not
Christchurch,
make it a
maybe. They should
cricket
do
one.
it there, because
Fucking hell.
a weekend in Christchurch, not too bad. You didn't
Yeah.
go recently. You didn't go. But thanks for your call, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Some options
Thanks,
there. I
Tom.
do
Keep
like
them coming.
Rotorua, but somewhere central to the north and south would be good. You know, somewhere we can congregate.
Bring it to the regions.
But not
The sea
Wellington
people.
Stadium. Wellington Stadium's not
yeah,
good.
not Wellington.
Under the sea.
The
Don't
sea
do the
people.
accent.
Okay,
I'm
this
not gonna.
one's from Will. Thanks, Will. It's 1 minute 25 long, so we'll
Jesus.
see how we go.
Okay, good.
Sup, Autos. First of all, love the podcast. I just thought I'd explain a situation that happened to me a while ago. Now,
Shit.
I used to work for a company that was a concrete company, well known within New Zealand. Well, I won't name them, but anyways, that the guy who owns the company, literally his last name is the company. Come down, viewed our site as such, and did a tour, shook hands, kissed babies, all that sort of stuff.
Nice.
Anyways, he hands out these gifts, and it's like a little cardboard box. And I'm like, it's be a little Whitakers or a little chocolate bar, maybe some work merch.
Nice.
Anyways, he thanks us for our service. Ended up going home, opening my present, and he's given us bloody pruning secateurs. Now, I don't know about you guys, but no one in that room had any business with pruning secateurs, and he's given this to every single person. Now, there's just such a out left field gift. He could have given us a chocolate, anything great for the present. Ended up selling them on Marketplace, but that begs me the question of, have you had any situations like that? Have you lads any unexpected gifts or anything left field that someone's given you?
Yes.
That, you know, in the end, a chocolate block would have been more than enough.
What's happened there?
Thanks,
exactly.
Will. Thanks, Will. Good
I know
question.
exactly what's happened there because it's happened to me once. You've got the decimal place wrong when you're ordering a bunch of things on the internet.
Right.
And this guy thought he was getting fucking 10 secateurs for his gardening team at his massive property.
Yeah,
He's
right.
ordered 10,000 of the fuckers.
Oh, yeah.
And they've not accepted the refund because they're in China and they're like, fuck you, cunt.
Yeah.
So now he's like, oh, this will make a great gift because everyone loves gardening because he thinks everyone else is bloody a vineyard out the back of their house.
So now, 5 years. So now 5 years in. So he's going to be giving secateurs away for 5 years. It's an interesting question. Where I thought the story was going to go is what I know about the concreting business. Is that I thought he was going to say, and open up the box and there's a gram of cocaine in there.
Yeah.
And that he'd given.
I was expecting,
Because I know that the boys. I'm not saying that.
It's not mine, Rev.
Will. I'm not saying that Will dabbles, but I know a few. There's a few pirates in that industry.
I think you're thinking of bricklayers.
True. But yeah, no, interesting. Secateurs. I don't think I've ever gotten a weird gift at work. What about you?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think he's trying to send a message by giving these. Either he's basically saying you need to trim the hedges, my brother.
Cut off your finger.
Or maybe he's saying you boys need to stop getting on the piss on the weekend and maybe start gardening because the work levels are dropping a bit too much. But anyway, I'm not saying that about you, Will. I think you're probably a really
there's some sick secateurs
hard-money
out
dog.
there. I've just googled them. There's some mean ones. You can get the electric ones. Does all the work for you.
Shout out to concreters too.
Shout
Tough
out to
job.
concreters. Heart and soul of this nation.
Honestly, really impressed when I worked as a labourer a few times, and how they get the fall right and the get it so smooth. Fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, beautiful.
So it's actually a beautiful thing to watch. I could watch it all day. Screeding and
Polish,
stuff.
Yeah, I remember on my 21st birthday, I was working at TVNZ, and I got pulled into a meeting to tell me that basically I was getting fired.
Jesus.
And then I came out, and they had a birthday cake there as I came out of the room after being told I was losing my job. It's pretty sick.
That's pretty funny.
It's kind of funny.
Okay, I've got one.
Tav, you need to turn off your bloody Facebook
notifications coming through on the fucking speakers.
Sorry.
So I've got one. When I was working at the Warriors, actually, a bit of insider trading here. This was always a bit of a joke. That they implemented an HR department for like the commercial side of the club. So I don't think rugby league had any business with HR. Obviously, the things that went on in fucking some of those teams, it's just absurd. Yeah, it's like, fire that person. They've, done something abhorrent. But the HR guy brought in a book for everybody in the office, and it was just, I think I might have been living with you, and we laughed about it. It's that fucking book, Who Stole My Cheese? Remember?
Vaguely, yeah.
Fuck, bro. It's the most business,
That's beautiful.
Bro, this book is so cringe. It's like, basically the analogy is like two mice. It's like one is like out trying to find where there's cheese. The other one's like, I don't have enough cheese. Who's taking all my cheese?
Is this a Dr. Seuss book?
Bro, it's so bullshit. It's like, stop whinging that you don't have enough cheese. Basically like being like, if you're not getting paid enough, it's not our fault.
Yeah.
Go fucking work harder.
Go find some more cheese,
bro,
you dog.
It's pretty funny,
I mean,
man.
yeah, I can get down with that.
Nah, fuck it. Not from HR, bro.
I think the weirdest gift I've ever given was on Christmas. I gave my sister a book called Beautiful Cows.
Oh, that's kind of
cool.
cool.
And it was like just a pretty big book.
Yeah,
I like
just
those
like
books.
really beautiful photography, still photography of like award-winning champion cows.
That's sick.
And in the following year, from the same publisher, I found another book that I gave her for Christmas called Beautiful Horses.
That's sick. I thought you were going to say Beautiful Pigs, and she punched you out.
I'm trying to find the next in the
But
series.
hey, I just wanted to come back to this. Don't you guys think it's fucking weird that the Warriors... I was working at the Warriors, and they're giving me HR books called Who Stole My Cheese?
Yeah.
That's weird, man.
Well, I mean...
Anyway, I don't think the HR department went by the wayside a few years later. Didn't catch on, obviously.
They don't need HR. It's Warriors.
You sort it out internally.
All right, last one here from a long-time listener, big fan of the show,
Basically,
Ryan.
the fourth Mike, you know.
Ponsonby snitch.
Ponsonby's biggest snitch.
Yeah.
Biggest snitch in Ponsonby.
Hey guys, first time, long time.
Oh, sorry.
We done him dirty.
Hey guys, first time, long time. I wanted to ask you guys about kids at the footy. I was at the Auckland FC the other night, and a handful of the
Wait,
most
this is an old
annoying
one.
children I've ever been near in my life were sat behind us.
No, I don't think
They were talking about anything other than the game, like whinging and whining, doing fucking Fortnite dances and all sorts.
Oh my god.
And their mum was gutless, and their dad was like uninterested, like 4 fucking seats away from them. Now you might be thinking, why aren't those little shits on the big water slide on the hill?
Yes.
Well, ironically, given you've mentioned before that it's usually dry as a bone, it was too wet. The
Not
slide was
after
closed.
I've been down
It
it.
was too wet.
It's too wet.
So they all had to sit in their seats and actually watch the game. Now, I've never noticed or been annoyed by kids at Warriors games before, but there are so many of these little shits at the Auckland FC matches. So my question is this: are rugby league kids better disciplined than football kids? Listen.
Yeah, white people don't hit their kids.
Jesus.
That's the problem.
Jesus, Ben. Nah,
I've been saying we need to for years.
Look, I've had conversations with kids at Warriors games. They know a lot. They're often
they're fans.
Let's face it, they're fans. These kids at these Auckland FC games have played 10
don't give a
games.
fuck.
They've played 10 games of FIFA and they think, I like football now. They go to it. Sorry, Ryan. It's fucking boring half the time, all right, that game. You know it.
True.
You love it when they score the goals and you like being on the buzz, but holding the attention of anybody fucking that doesn't love the beautiful game, kids just shouldn't be there. It's so fucking boring for them. It's like cricket, mate.
That's true.
That's why they gave you the slide and all the fun things to do for the kids down the north end.
Rugby league kids are baying for blood.
So
they
you
want to
just-
fucking...
That slide, that's free childcare. You just drop them off at the slide and say, "We'll come see you at halftime. Here's $5 for a hot dog."
Totally.
But
You know?
also, white people, think about disciplining your kids a little bit more.
Yeah, Ben's got an 8-episode series on YouTube you can watch about disciplining your kids.
Me and Nigel Ladder, he's not involved at all. He hates me for this.
Jesus, yeah, you're stepping on his turf. I think he's sick, so shout out to you. Hope you get better.
Yeah.
But thanks for calling that in,
Thanks,
Ryan. That is a
Ryan.
big issue.
No, it is a big issue.
It is a big issue. I think
Hopefully, all the rest of the IT departments in Auckland buy the rest of the season tickets, so you don't have to put up kids beating.
It's true. The Warriors, there's a big drinking culture, which we embrace. We like to get really fucking hammered, so people don't bring their kids because we cause a massive scene.
And putting the games on at night's important. So Auckland FC should probably get with the program. Stop putting the games on at kid-friendly times. Put them on 7:30 Saturday night. Hammer time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't put it on fucking Sunday Arvo when it's whānau time.
Hit the Heaps On hotline, and we won't forget it. Okay, we'll try to keep an eye on it.
We very much appreciate the calls.
Ryan, you're allowed one a month.
Nah, Ryan, keep it up, bro. Of sports.
It's the world of sports.
Look, now one of the biggest stories in the world of sport this week has happened right here in Aotearoa, and it's a huge debacle.
Shit.
Tav, what's bloody happening with these Indian Panthers basketball team and owners?
Right, so basically, a lot.
Yeah. They aren't getting bloody paid.
They're not getting paid. So this year, the Sales NBL, which is the regional NBL league in New Zealand, they invited
teams from
a team from India because that's what you do.
Yeah.
We're welcoming open people here in Aotearoa.
Yeah.
So we said, the Indian Panthers is going to be their team. They're going to be based out in Pukekohe.
Yeah.
And they came in hot.
They had visa issues.
I mean, they had visa issues.
Visa issues initially where guys couldn't get in.
8 of their main players couldn't actually get in. But a lot of people are saying that's all bullshit.
Really?
And that because they refused to come because they wanted some money up front.
Fair enough.
So they gave them a little bit of money up front. They got to New Zealand and then they stopped paying them. And we're about 8 weeks into the Sales NBL season. They have been getting destroyed
every week.
Sort
of 20, 30 point losses.
Yeah, 30, 40, 50 point
Whoa.
losses.
Did they hold their passports too? Because that's,
possibly though.
Damn.
So it was after the first week, the coach quit
That's right.
And then about 3 weeks later, their main player, Daniel Robinson, I think is his name, he quit as well. And everyone was saying, oh, personal reasons, you know, yada, yada, yada. And then this week, there was a game scheduled in Pukekohe. Canterbury Rams, best team in the league, came all the way out from Canterbury for it. And just as they were about to start the game, the broadcast team caught wind that the Panthers were protesting and refusing to play. And
Fair enough.
They wanted the game to tip off, and apparently the players wanted then to just stand there as if they were like Just Stop Oil protesters.
Really?
They might have had some glue in their pockets. Maybe they were going to glue their hands to the court and said,
"Damn,
not moving until we get paid."
I would have watched a basketball game where 5 guys just stood
Glued
still
their hands
and
to-
someone just scored.
Would have been great for a multi.
Imagine watching a team score 300 points.
Yeah.
I'd watch that too because it would remind me of my school sporting days.
Yeah, PE class
Yeah.
when people just dunking on us.
Yeah,
but it's pretty sad.
There's a
eh?
lot of people out of pocket. There's also a business that claims it's been left more than 20 grand out of pocket, which I don't know what the business is.
Are
I'm
they the
assuming
ones-
it was like ACOM or maybe uniforms, maybe.
All the ones, all the people. Remember the arena was trying to charge them out the wazoo to play there as well. I think.
Yeah, that's right. That was like 20 grand a game.
Yeah,
or
that's pretty
something.
messed up though. But
I
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
ask though,
But there was no money in the first place.
how are they an Indian team? Because it sounds like they're based in Pukekohe, and you said their star player's name was.
David Robinson. He was Indian. He was.
I'm
Yeah, yeah.
confused.
Most of their
they're all-
players
the ownership
were Indian,
group
but
was
they
from
did have
over
to
there.
rely heavily on local players. I mean, it was
because
a
of
good,
the visa stuff, because they didn't
because
pay
of the
anybody.
visa stuff. But no, this says that it was actually a. They ordered 1,500 teas, and they gave them to the company. Gave them to them in advance,
Right.
Because they were super nice, and it's
Yeah.
it's a professional basketball team.
Yeah.
They thought they would have been good with the money.
Mm.
They weren't, and they're still owed $21,000 for that.
Damn. Well, you remember in the start of the season at work, we did a video live cross to an event they held in
the opening,
Yeah.
the team opening.
And there's just no one there.
There's about 5 people
It did
there.
feel like a
There's,
shell
a
organisation.
table
in
with
way.
a pack of ginger nuts
Yep.
and some Shrewsbury's.
And a legendary basketball player who was there as an ambassador, who
Yeah.
I imagine didn't get paid.
Apparently, someone
to
else.
cover this on Scam Alert.
Apparently, somebody
Yeah.
else supplied the Panthers with a few thousand units of hand clappers. You know, those blow up inflatable
Yeah.
thunder sticks.
Yeah.
Branded with the Panthers logos. They weren't paid.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That's
so a
bullshit.
lot of people haven't been getting paid. And then the CEO was on Talkback this week as well, basically blaming the players, which was not a very good look.
Nah.
But the fact that the funny part is that when the game was originally suspended, they put out a statement saying it was because the Panthers players were stuck in traffic and they couldn't make it to the game in time. So the
Jeez.
game had been cancelled. Then they said, actually, it's because the Panthers didn't have enough eligible players to make a full team.
Yeah.
And
Because
then
it's a professional basketball league and we're not paying them, so they're ineligible.
Yeah, and then now it's come out that the players were protesting because they
Yeah.
haven't been getting paid the whole year.
How long would it take you, Ben, before you didn't get paid at work before you were like, fuck it, I'm not turning up?
Not that long, because this sounds super dodgy and that they should have seen it coming. But I want to know, where has the money gone and how does this scam work?
I don't
it just
know.
a completely failed business venture?
I reckon like part of it would have been like, we'll pay them if they go mean, and then
They didn't win a game.
nothing happened, and these I just think there's just a bit of dodgy dealings going on, because they're an Indian base. They're like an extension of the Indian League, right?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. So that like there's a basketball league happening in India that's probably run this shonkily as well, potentially.
These guys aren't getting paid massive amounts to play.
No,
are they?
I don't think so.
I mean,
no.
I think it's like a 12-week tournament or something. It's not too long.
Yeah.
But it's more just that they continuing to play until the Australian NBL season starts back up.
Yeah.
But they'll usually have, before then, they'll have some international fixtures as well. Like I think next weekend, the Tall Blacks are playing in Hamilton.
Yeah.
So it's just to kind of keep you, it's not to make a lot of money. You probably, I think the salary cap for each team is like 150 grand.
Does it even get
Yeah.
coverage, all these games?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're on
every
Sky.
game,
Oh, shit.
every game is live.
Well,
it's good basketball.
I'm looking forward to seeing
good
more information come out about this.
Yeah, unfortunately, they've been suspended for the season.
Ah,
so
shit.
they won't be playing
They
anymore
were going to be
this
dead
year.
last the whole year anyway. So
and it's kind of fucked up the ladder for everyone else and the points differential. So they're probably just going to look at taking every win against them and all the points scored for and against off all the teams as well.
It won't make much difference.
And
Just everyone beat them, right?
Pretend like they were never
Never
here
existed.
anyway. And it's all-
Legalized comedy.
and it's all going to be swept under the rug.
Jesus.
I don't know. I think stories like this are kind of crack up.
They
But
are. I mean,
do
it's
feel
funny, but I feel
horrible
stink for the players.
I feel horrible for them.
Yeah.
They've been sold the dream. Come over here.
I'll
But-
just overstay. Fuck it. New Zealand's mean.
Yeah, it's mean over here. But
Yeah.
also, apparently the players were having to go to food banks
Oh, yeah, that's brutal.
to get food.
That's brutal, bro.
To eat, to survive. That's how bad it was. Yeah, that's
not
fun.
great.
Always read the small print.
Well, that's been the world of sport, Fano. Read the small print when you join a basketball team based out of India, all right?
Always. Of news.
Of news.
It's the world of news, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and
Beep, boop,
gentlemen.
beep, boop. What's the scoop? I
Live
don't
and
know. Bra's going to tell us
Live
in
and
3,
direct.
2, 1.
Well, one thing that's happened is some tourists down in the South Island have filmed themselves playing with baby seals.
Ah, shit.
Now,
fuck.
someone's reported this to Doc after seeing the video on TikTok. These tourists can't just be going around getting up close and personal with these seals.
No, you have to pay a $5 fee first.
Well,
then
that-
you can touch them.
Yeah, to the local iwi, or this is the safety guidelines from Doc. Stay at least 20 meters away from the seals. Don't make loud noises or throw things at them.
Oh, come
Ben,
on, ref. Come on, ref.
Keep dogs and children away. Don't
Yeah.
feed the seals. Don't attempt to touch the seals. Now, these people have gotten up there and they're saying, oh, well, the seals just come up to you anyway.
It's the seal's fault.
If the seal comes close to you, back away.
No.
You shouldn't be playing with them. They're wildlife and they're not your fucking pets, lady.
Maybe there should be a little, what do they call it? At the zoo when you can pet them?
Petting zoo.
Petting zoo
for seals.
Petting zoo for
Yeah.
seals.
Around Red Rocks, maybe. Ben could run it.
Yeah.
Could be your next
Little
venture.
fence. You get chainmail gloves because they got sharp teeth.
Oh, those fuckers.
Yeah.
They do too. But yeah, that's a local story that's happened this week that I was a bit like, hey, far
Yeah,
out.
stay away from them, folks. You don't want to harass them. I've seen people around the coast in Wellington get too close to seals, and they don't like it. They fucking bark at you. They
They do.
turn.
There's
And also,
something-
they stink.
Rough.
Yeah, they do stink. There's
They
something,
stink as
there's
well.
something about it though, they're very inviting when you see a seal. It's because they sit there not doing anything,
Yeah.
and you kind of want them to do something.
I kind of like the smell.
I blame SeaWorld because everyone's like, whoa, have you seen them do all that cool shit?
What was the
Yeah.
movie with the chick and she had a pet seal? Flipper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
flip
Like
up.
a pet, yeah, I think it was a sea lion maybe, but
Yeah. Ben knows his fucking sea
Mammals.
mammals or whatever, yeah.
You know some.
But yeah, that's...
Wait, speaking
yeah,
of,
go on.
you went to Kelly Tarleton's this
I
week.
did. I went to Kelly Tarleton's on Saturday. That should have been my preamble chat. Went to Kelly Tarleton's on Saturday. Fuck, it's awesome there.
It's fucking great.
yeah.
You know what I was kind of impressed by was the jellyfish.
Yeah, those things are good looking.
I like the jellyfish.
That's a good take.
Yep, I was with a couple of kids, my mates' kids, and they kept saying, looks like a mushroom. I was like, yeah. And then they go to the next one and they go, that one looks like a mushroom too. And I was like, fuck, these
kids
guys.
going
these
for it.
kids,
They
these
actually
kids are
all
onto
look
it.
like mushrooms.
They look like mushrooms, and that was quite cool. Saw the shark, saw a few big kingies. Fuck, throw a line in there, you'd be eating for a week. Jesus
I tried turning
Christ.
up there with a rod once. So
Yeah,
they don't
it.
take kindly to
Yeah.
it.
Also, pufferfish, pretty cool seeing
Yeah,
that guy
they are pretty
floating
sick.
around.
Yeah, one of the only places in NZ that you can't ram raid.
Really?
Yeah.
It's underground.
It's underground.
That's true. That's
How long have they had their Arctic ice bucket challenge there?
Oh, I
Has
don't
that
know.
always been there?
Nah.
So there's a game basically. I walk past. You know when like someone's taking a photo and you're like, oh, I don't want to walk through
Yeah.
because they're taking a photo. But this woman, there was like a hallway and it was to get to the next exhibit. And this woman was just filming her daughter, and the daughter was just kind of looking back quite like stone faced. And I didn't know what was going on. And I was like, how long are they going to do this video for? Because nothing's happening. And then I walked past it and I realized she was holding her hand in a bucket of water that was Arctic temperature, and it was as a challenge there. So you see if you can hold. No.
The stranger.
Well, that's the late night session down there at Kelly Tarleton's. But anyway, yeah, you hold your hand in it, and this girl was just doing this for like a minute, and I'm like, let me pass, would you, for fuck's sake? Anyway, I felt bad for thinking that because it's like, oh, cool, she did a minute. But yeah, 30 seconds you were supposed to try and hold it. I did it. Fucking cold. Didn't like keeping it in there. Took it out.
What happens if you
dangerous.
win? How do you win?
Nothing. They're like, you can handle it.
You get a high five.
Yeah, yeah, bloody cold, I tell you. Fuck's sakes.
I think that's if you're allowed to pat the penguins. You have to
Maybe,
get a cold
yeah.
hand first.
Yeah.
Then you can come in and.
Geez, those
stroke
penguins
it.
are performers, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
Show ponies.
Yeah. Wish I had that much confidence.
Yeah.
They
Did
should
you
get some seals there,
Did
actually,
you see
as
the,
well.
the big penguin that's real fluffy, the brown fluffy one?
I don't know if I did. I
Oh.
saw a big tall boy stretching his neck out. I saw a few eating fish. It was quite cool. We were there at feeding time. Or maybe it's always feeding time. I don't know.
It's always
feeding time at Kelly Tarleton's.
You can pay to go in there, eh?
I think
With
so,
the
yeah.
penguins.
Yeah, I
Fuck.
think you're allowed to pay.
Do you think
to
they'd
go
let
in.
us do a pod while we're in there?
No.
We could do it surreptitiously.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah, well, we did it at a Chinese restaurant, so why couldn't
Yeah.
we do it at Kelly Tarleton's?
Yeah, show me in the T's and C's. It says no diarrhea, but it doesn't say no podcast.
Jesus, Bennett would attract the sharks, wouldn't he? Into,
Yeah.
into that section. Don't let him do a shit in the
chum
thing.
bucket.
The chum bucket would
Yeah.
be
Chum
all over the
bucket's
place.
here.
Burley
But
butt.
the burley butt. But well, you know, a nice little feature in the cafe as well that is that I enjoy is that you know, they've got the water level there. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
I just thought it's kind of
No, it is.
silly.
It
It's
is
a nice
kind
little
of,
touch.
It is
eh?
kind of fun.
It's kind of
It
silly.
tells you how much it's risen.
Yeah.
And how we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Tav used
There's
to go-
absolutely no fish in there. You can't see because it's all contaminated by the fucking ships that come in, probably.
Tav used to go all the time, but when they noticed the eels are going missing, he's kind of been banned,
Fuck,
actually.
those eels are big, though.
They're big,
Yeah,
little fake
Jesus.
mustache.
Tempting.
Yeah, they're big boys.
Yeah.
Friendly as well.
Walk in there with a stick with a nail on it, and you're just trying to fucking
get the gaff out.
Get the gaff out. Yeah, big craze too. Huge craze.
Beautiful.
They got some 80-year-old
Beautiful.
craze down there.
I
Oh
know.
no, I was impressed. I was bloody impressed, man.
Oh, you get making me hungry.
Some of those sharks too, man. Far out.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Jesus.
Big teeth on them.
Yeah, big nurse shark, eh?
I actually lay down on the magic carpet in that section. I thought, fuck it. I'm just gonna lie down, look
Oh,
at the
you got to
ceiling.
be careful because, you know, it's like a conveyor belt at
You
the
don't wanna get
airport.
sucked
If you
you
get
in
caught
there,
in,
yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing you weren't wearing a loose floral dress.
Yeah, well, I was. So
Oh, fuck.
Another news story. Donald Trump's posted an AI picture which has caused a lot of controversy. It's him as the Pope.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is this tapu to do?
Well, you know, considering that almost probably every 2 out of 3 Halloweens I'm dressed as a priest.
Yeah. You're true.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, is it or isn't it? I suppose, yeah.
I've just looked at the photo. It's
pretty good photo,
it's
right?
Fucking funny. The fact that he posted it as well.
Yeah, no.
It's pretty bad taste. And then the White House shared it.
Yeah, the White House shared it.
It's really bad taste.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a little bit disrespectful of the dead.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Cheer, my whānau.
Cheer,
Well,
whānau.
we've come to the end of another fantastic podcast.
Really good.
Thanks for sticking around.
Thank you.
I'd like to extend an opportunity to make peace. Ra, any apologies?
I'd like to apologise to Kelly Tarleton's for what I did in the toilet every time I go. Or everywhere I go, I leave a little something behind of myself. So sorry about that.
I'd like to apologise to my uncle. I didn't realise that when I was watching my mum's Sky Go that means that he couldn't. So,
Man,
we're going to
totally.
figure something
It's a
out
lose-lose situation.
Huge rift in the whānau.
Yeah.
There.
I'd like to apologise to KL Iro for saying that his name was silly. It's not silly.
His name's cool.
His name's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I wish I had just letters for my name.
Yeah. I also wish that too.
What letters would you choose?
TV. I reckon
Yeah,
calling him
TV.
TV would be kind of sick.
Yeah,
TV.
We should start calling you TV.
I don't like it.
Nah, I'm
Yeah.
calling him at TV. What's
TV
up, brother?
snacks. Whatever happened to those? Remember those things?
Right here, you ate them all.
I ate them
Yeah.
all. Bloody hell. Gave me the shits for 3 weeks.
Yummy.
Yummy.
Mean ones.
Mean ones, Al.
All right, we'll see you on
Yeah.
the streets, whānau.
Can we do our apologies again? I think I need to apologise to everyone for saying that people
beat our
should hit their kids. Yeah.
No, you're staying
Fuck,
up.
Ben. It's too late. It's in the ether now.